Let's go to Bernard Salt, demographer and writer for The Australian in Melbourne as well too. I think from memory, Bernard, you're a Bombers supporter, aren't you? You'll be looking to getting out of some footy this year?
No, I am a St Kilda supporter.
Oh, there you go.
It teaches you Zen patience being a St Kilda supporter.
I know one or two of them, and as a Crows supporter, we have some fond memories of St Kilda, so we'll just leave it at that.
Very good.
Bernard, I wanted to run by you some statistics that have been published lately showing a bit of a baby boom in regional areas, suggesting that while during the lockdown and whatnot, people have been deciding to procreate. Is there any optimism to be found in this, or as a replacement for the end of our immigration program?
Well, I don't think we're going to produce enough babies to really offset the loss of immigration. There is an argument to say that the end of catastrophe, the end of calamity, people do rebuild, recreate and procreate. And certainly there was a baby boom in the late 1940s and 50s, a baby boom in the 1920s as well. And if it's in regional areas, it may well be that people are feeling, by the middle of last year, there's a baby boom now, you work back 9 months, maybe by the middle of last year, June, July, that kind of time frame, people in regional areas were feeling, well, the rains have come, the seasons have changed, we've been only lightly touched by the coronavirus. We can feel a sense of optimism in the regions. And there might be a bit, but I don't think that baby boom has extended back to the cities. If there is, it would be very much in the regions.
Indeed, if we're seeing these increased deliveries in the regional areas, some of that could be because of the shift to the regions from the cities that you've talked to us about previously.
Very much so. In fact, just 1 month ago, the Australian Bureau of Statistics released a new data set that showed that Melbourne in particular had lost 7,000 people, and then 8 in June, the June quarter, and then 8,000 in September. And this is on a base where the inflow used to meet the outflow, so it's in balance, if you like. All of a sudden, Melbourne has lost 15,000 people or thereabouts over 6 months or so. And when you look at the age profile of the people shifting out of Melbourne in particular, it was 25 to 44. So that is prime childbearing age. So it could well be that the people moving to the regions, the virus escapees seeking provincial Australia, the Vespers, are actually also reproducing and creating a life for themselves, building families in these regional centres.
And are we hopeful that our international borders can open up by the end of this year or next year in some way? We're so reliant both on permanent immigration and temporary visitors. It's really put a handbrake on our country, hasn't it?
Well, it has. There's a part of our economy that is very much dependent upon this, and parts of the Australian continent as well. Now, of course, the diminution of foreign students and visitors, it does affect the Gold Coast and Sydney and Melbourne. But I'm thinking particularly far north Queensland, places like Cairns and Port Douglas in particular, where the proportion of the economy that is geared towards international visitors is really very significant. And so I am very concerned about those parts of the Australian economy and continent at the end of this month when the JobKeeper ends.
Bernard, thanks for joining us, and I hope the Saints go all right, except when they play us.
Thanks, Chris.